nuclear power countries in the world are fighting for supremacy, undermining the welfare and the existence of mankind around the world. The moment any country develops a nuclear capability, other countries in the world that have such powers would begin to recognize and respect that country in question. Hence, many countries are secretly moving towards developing such capabilities. Now hear our point. If you look at what is happening in the world currently concerning these power-hungry countries with nuclear capabilities, which they arrogantly display and at the same time use to intimidate and threaten other lesser countries that do not have such powers and the world in general, they talk tough at every given opportunity, just to create panic around the world instead of making the world a better place. We believe that some of these world powers with nuclear capabilities are seeing themselves as untouchables who can manipulate the world as they wish. Look at the Middle East. Israel is the only country in that part of the world that has been encouraged to develop nuclear bombs, and as a result of that, Israel believes that they are untouchable and can strike any country in the Middle East and get away with it. Now they have gone to war with Iran. Right now, the war is escalating, and other countries with nuclear powers are taking sides. Though no nuclear bomb has been used, we do not know how long countries with such powers will wait before using them as the fighting continues. Right now, the world has become so dangerous with so many countries in possession of these weapons of mass destruction. Hence, the Viewers Corner news team is appealing to all countries, especially those with nuclear powers, to follow the road to peace. Fighting cannot bring growth to any nation but destruction of lives and properties. So let us start preaching peace and end hostility, which is the best way the world can thrive. Countries on the continent of Africa have come to cherish, appreciate, and applaud Russia for being honest and straightforward with them. African countries shall always remain grateful to Russia for staying with them at all times, even when the United States and the West are busy trying to destabilize countries in Africa. Russia has always been there for Africans, telling the United States and the West to leave Africa alone. Instead, let the West and the United States assist Africa to grow its economy so that it can be self-reliant. Now, hear another reason why Africans shall continue to love and cherish Russia, which most people in the world are aware of. In 1884, when the West sat at a round table drawing plans on how to share Africa for their personal gains, Russia never took part in that evil gathering. Instead, Russia objected to such a dirty and ugly plot. Russia never invaded nor used black people as slaves, but the United States, the West, and others did, which is so sad. Now the children of Africa have come to realize the truth, so in this situation, how do you want Africans to leave Russia, which has always been there for them? The answer is never. Africans shall continue to stay with Russia because Russia meant well for them, which is the truth. We also believe that if President Putin of Russia were in power when the United States and other Western countries ganged up against Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, he would not have been killed. The West and the United States just eliminated Muammar Gaddafi of Libya because of their selfish gains. We also believe that with the awareness created in the world today, it is not going to be easy for the United States and its allies to go into another African country to take out any leader who disagrees with them, no matter the wrong narratives painted against such a leader. That era of victimization is long gone, which is nice. Nigerians should not lose sleep over the change of Abuja International Conference Center to Ahmed Tinubu Conference Center. Some Nigerians, especially from President Bola Tinubu's ethnic group, who before he was sworn into office as the President of Nigeria, thought that Alhaji Bola Tinubu as a master strategist which he claimed would rebuild the economy of Nigeria, are now saying that they assumed wrongly. At first, they were challenging anyone who criticized President Bola Tinubu's system of leadership, but now these groups of Tinubu's supporters are mute and no longer talking as they were doing before, which is a terrible sign that President Bola Tinubu is a total failure. The economy of Nigeria is worse than he met it. President Bola Tinubu and his government go to the World Bank at all times to borrow money without thinking of how the borrowed money is going to be paid back. Insecurity has taken over Nigeria. Killings and kidnappings of innocent Nigerians have become so rampant in the country without the government of Nigeria knowing what to do to end such horrible situations. The only thing President Bola Tinubu's government is good at right now is excessive and extravagant spending, renovating buildings that do not need to be renovated, like the Abuja Conference Center with 39 billion naira, and changing it to his name. But Nigerians should not be worried because the next government that will take over the leadership of Nigeria in 2027 shall change it to its original name. Again, with what is happening in Nigeria currently, it is very clear that President Tinubu's government has absolutely nothing to offer to the people of Nigeria, so re-electing him to office in 2027 would mean a continuation of economic hardship, which is the truth, take it or leave it. The awareness created by leaders of the Sahel states across Africa has given birth to more of such leaders, even if they are not in office. We want to remind the United States of America, France, and other Western countries and their leaders, who allegedly want leaders of the Sahel states, especially Captain Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso, eliminated that eliminating and bringing puppet leaders to take over their places would not change anything because more great leaders of Africa are already there, which the present leaders of the Sahel states have created. So if enemies of Africa believe that when these Sahel states' great leaders are out of the way, things will get better for them to return to Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and other countries in Africa so that they can continue from where they stopped, they should better think twice because the next groups of leaders in Africa may even take a tougher stand than the present leaders of the Sahel states. So the West should tread carefully and allow peace to reign. The West should stop looking for ways to bring down the leaders of the Sahel states. Africans and their friends around the world cannot allow that to happen again. Such an era of eliminating and victimizing leaders of Africa who challenge the West and seek better living conditions for their people is long gone. This is the truth that the United States, France, and other Western countries should live with. If you want more in-depth analysis on politics and good governance, subscribe to Viewers Corner News and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest videos. Thank you for listening.